don't decide to do it, which of course is something that many clubs are deciding to do and some aren't. But we're underway here as Mark Roberts has an early header to deal with. Remember, one of the 6 wins that Blues got in the league at home was against Stoke. Bella with the delivery in there again. It's got height on it this time. Attacking it was Harley Dean, who was going in there, and there was a Stoke player right in front of him trying to put him off, but he did make contact with it, the Blues skipper, but it was off target. But it was a better delivery from Bella there. Yeah,
into a good area from Bella, put it more central of the goal, good height, putting another fellow professional in a dangerous position like that.
Roberts with the long throw, this time all the way to the back as Dean heads it, and only heads it just wide. Mark Roberts this time did pick out a fellow Blues shirt in there, and Harley Dean was the man he picked out. But it's just a shame the Blues skipper couldn't get that header on target, but it was very, very close to being the opening goal in this one.
It was, and that time for Blues there was a bit more movement, but they also kept it away from big Harry Sutter, who's a big dominant threat.
Left-hand side, which Jukovic will try to flick on as Hogan's getting in there and loops it over the goalkeeper, Bursic, and has just put it wide again. Well, it was a backwards header towards Bursic, the Stoke goalkeeper, that saw Hogan's eyes light up at the prospect of that chance, and he's nearly looped it over the keeper and into the back of the net, and that's a close shave once again for the Potters, which Sam Klukas goes to take. Very different to what Stoke have been showing from set pieces, where they've been pretty much camped on the 6-yard box. Blues playing very high this line as it's a deep one to the back post. Fletcher is away from him. It was Wilmot attacking it, but it is headed away by the Blues defence. Wilmot knocks it back into the box as he is now on the ball again, and he goes down. Not really a lot in that, to be fair, as Harley Dean stood up to him well. As Hogan then heads it to Gardner, who now heads it to Sunjic, who tells Bella to leave it, and now it's gone through to Hogan, who's inside the box now. Maybe a chance to shoot for Hogan, but he's dragged it wide. And it has hit the corner flag on that Stoke right-hand side and gone out of play for a goal kick, but that was a position that you would have really fancied Scott Hogan to hit the target there. He's just almost dragged his foot across the floor there, and it's gone well away from Bursic. But
the goalkeeper, the Stoke goalkeeper, Bursic, and then he's rushed into playing it out of play. Blues play it quickly, and all of a sudden you've got a corner.
It will be Bella to take it. Right-footed delivery, not a bad one. In attacking it was Gardner, and it's Hogan who was the last attacker to try and get onto it, but it's just gone all the way through to Joseph Bursic, and he is a really good person to have in those areas, isn't he, Gary Gardner? And it was causing a problem or two for just a few seconds as the ball just ended up going all the way through to Bursic, but good intention shown there by Bella, and good run by Gardner to get there.
It's important Blues stick to their guns.
Time with the ball in, Fletcher with the header towards goal, but it's gone all the way through to Matthias Sharkic. It was just a shame that Fletcher had too much power on the flick on, because Surridge made that run off the defence. It was Woods who gives it straight back to Roberts there. Really well played as Pedersen made the run off his man to try and receive it, but it was sniffed out well by Nick Powell, and Pedersen heads it, going to head it straight to Tommy Smith, who's going to look to try and pick up Surridge. It's not got quite enough on it, and Roberts has hit it against Harley Dean, but luckily for them too, it doesn't lead to a real comical error, and instead it's gone out for a corner kick. But
yeah, both teams now, we're into the last 5 minutes, and it will be conserving what they have. If you get a corner or a free kick, yes, get a good delivery and go and attack it, but I think you'll probably see both sides now be happy to, as you said, preserve their unbeaten starts to the season, both winning on the opening day.
Oh, it's a really poor pass back towards Sharkic, who really had to come off his line quickly and clear that away. It was a real nervy moment. You weren't actually sure if Sharkic was going to come out there and clear it, and when a pass like that is made from a midfielder towards his goalkeeper, it really asks a lot of your goalkeeper, but Sharkic was up to the task.
Yeah, really good recognition, and he was switched on.
Pretty unsuccessful for him in this game, but how it would dearly love to change with 90 minutes very much going to be on the clock when that ball does go into play, as it's headed towards, on by Dean, and flicked on and in. It's Gary Gardner, but the flag is raised. Offside is the call from Nigel Lugg. Gary Gardner gets the foot in on it. It was Dean who won the original flick on. In this position, offsides are so often tight in those areas. Gary Gardner immediately waggled his finger to say he wasn't offside, as it remains at 0-0. It's tight, isn't it?
It's tight.
It's
Yeah,
very
from
tight.
behind the goal, you can't really tell. It does look like Gary just gets the other side of the Stoke defender. And in all fairness to the linesman, he was very quick with his flag. And I think he was. Yeah, as much as Gary will say he wasn't, I think he thinks he's timed his run, but by the time there's contact on the ball, he probably has ventured offside.
Joe Bursick. And I think before the game, you would have looked at this and said Blues might look this and take a point, and that's exactly what they've got to settle with. It is full time here at St Andrews, goalless between Blues and Stoke, in which both sides will be not complaining at the way the game went.